Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Rich Carlos. If today is your first time, kindly subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I make a post. And for my returning subscribers, thank you so much. You're welcome. So today we're talking about marrying God's will and marrying outside the will of God. Disclaimer, I am not a pastor, I am not a relationship expert, I am not an apostle or anything. I'm just a believer. I just want to share some of the little things that God has been teaching me in the course of my marriage with you guys. So if this is something that you want to hear, grab your seat, sit down. I hear people say, I want to marry God's will because if I marry God's will, like my marriage will be heaven on earth and there wouldn't be trouble. And I'm like, it's not really like that. So let me give you a story. Sometime 2024, I had a very serious issue in my marriage that really wrecked me, and I found myself constantly crying. One day as I was just wailing and crying, I just brought my book, my journal, and I started writing. I'm the type of person that don't discuss my marriage with people, so I believe that the Holy Spirit is there to guide us to do everything and anything that we want, that He wants us to do in our marriage. So I was just crying and I was writing. I was asking God some questions. I said, God, like, you really need to tell me this night, is this guy your will for me? Was this the person that I was supposed to marry, or did I marry the wrong choice? If you know my story, I just got born again few months to my wedding, so I didn't know much. I won't tell you that the Holy Spirit asked me to marry him. I will be very honest with you, but there were some markers, there were some things that made me know that he was the one, even as an unbeliever. I just gave this context so that you understand where I'm coming from. I didn't make the choice that, okay, I'm going to marry this man from a place of the Holy Spirit told me, or I had a dream where Jesus met me and said, this is your husband, he's going to be like this, he's going to be like. I never had none of those things, I will be honest with you, but there were some things that made me know that this was the one. As an unbeliever, God, you need to tell me this night, did I make mistake in my marriage? Was I supposed to marry this guy? Like, is it your will for me? So it was just a whole lot of conversation going on in my head and every other thing. And the Holy Spirit answered me and said, yes, he is my will for you. I'm like, no, this can't be, because this pain is just too much. How do I marry your will and I'm suffering this hard and I'm in pain and my heart is shattered? Recently, the Holy Spirit started to teach me something, that when you marry God's will, you will fight battle, like a lot of it. Let me explain the way he said it. He said, if you don't marry my will for you, it is easier for the enemy. He won't bother because you already married to one of his sons or one of his daughters. So he doesn't need to do a lot of things, stress himself to get at you. You have made the work very easy for the devil. You understand? Because you're married to one of his sons or one of his daughters. So he doesn't really need to stress much on that person, because the person's baggage, the person's foundation, the person's pattern, family pattern, and everything, you will just be doing your thing. But I feel that the devil is more focused on people that marry God's will, because number one, you've already anointed him by marrying the right person God has assigned for you. Like, okay, you've married God's will for you, so now he needs to put in extra effort to get at you, because you're filled with the Holy Spirit, and probably he too or she too is filled with the Holy Spirit. Now he needs to think of the most subtle things to bring constant problem to your marriage. And if you're not careful enough, that is where you go into the place of doubt and be like, God, I thought you told me. The devil wants to do it in a way that you will come to the place of doubt, that you start asking God, I thought you told me, I was the one that told myself, or I made a mistake in this marriage or something like that. He wants to frustrate both you and your partner to the point that you'll be like, no. There is no way God had me in mind when he was creating this person and said that this person I was going to end up with. I'm not here to tell you that if you marry God's will, you're not going to enjoy. No, you just need to be very sensitive in the Holy Spirit to know that, to know the battles that are from the enemy. There are some things that I will experience in my marriage, and God will be like, this is not him. He is not the problem. You are not the problem. Something else. So don't focus that, okay, he did this to me or she did this to me. You guys have a common enemy. The person is the devil, not you, not her. So that is one mindset that I think every couple should have, that we are not fighting ourselves, but we should together fight the thing that is fighting us. That alone changed a lot of things for me in my marriage. We are partners and we are fighting against something, or something is fighting us, and the thing is just using my face to show to him and using his face to bring to me. So we will now be thinking that we are fighting each other, we are having issues. When I started to brood on that, I'm like, that makes a lot of sense, because if you find out, if people that are close to you can be very honest with you, especially those that say that they married God's will for their life, the first few years are not always easy, but I believe that when both parties have the Holy Spirit as a teacher, they will know that we are in this together. My pastor said it in a way that is so interesting, that when you marry a Christian, your father-in-law is God. But when you marry someone that is not a believer, please help me answer, who is your father-in-law? Put it on the comment section. So I'm talking to you that you've had this doubt in your mind, asking yourself, God, did I make a mistake, and every other thing. And I'm here to tell you that it's the devil that is trying to make you to regret the decision that you have taken, to regret marrying the person that you married. This case does not apply to domestic violence, emotional abuse, all those form of abuse. I'm talking about just the practical issues and real issue that couple have. When you just understand that I am not fighting this person, but something is fighting us, that will change the game for you. That will make you know that whenever there is problem, immediately you run to the Holy Spirit and ask him, where is this coming from? Who am I fighting with? Who should I target? Like, who is the target? Not the ones that we do like scatter prayer points like a bullet and hoping that it will hit something. And even when eventually hits something, you don't even know that it has actually hit something that you were praying against. You can still keep on repeating the same prayer without knowing. But at this point, when you have the Holy Spirit, you're being guided. You ask God, where is this coming from? What should I pray about? What is going on? Can you reveal to me? And the Holy Spirit will reveal to you, and you know what exactly you're praying for, what exactly you are fighting against, and what you should deal with, what you should change to as a person. Because sometimes it might be your character. Even as a Christian, there are a lot of us that have very nasty character, either from our family background, pattern, bloodline, or whatever. God can start ministering to you. This is from you. You need to fight this thing because it's from your bloodline. It's a pattern in your father's house. You can start opening your eyes. This is a pattern in your mother's house and all that. You need to fight it. This has nothing to do with your husband or having disagreement. It has a lot to do with the agreements your forefathers made on your behalf. So you need to fight this. So I'm speaking to the person that is doubting in her heart or in his heart. I really don't know if this person is God's way for me, because it's as if I made a mistake. Maybe you need to take time and just pray and think and ask the Holy Spirit questions, because even when you make mistake and marry someone, maybe marry the person that is not God's way for you, God will not even advise you to come out. God will not even tell you come out, because there is something that is called God's will and permissive will. That one, okay, you make that choice, okay, you're there. And you'll be bound by the marriage covenant. So long as you wedded that person, you're in. So you just have to start praying to God for strategy on how to cope, on how to live. And at some point, God might change the person or even change you. You might be the problem and you don't even know. So these are the things in marriage that one should just I believe you can't do marriage without God. I really don't know how people do it. I really don't know how people are doing marriage without God. I really thank God that I met God before I got married. Because I didn't know God, I'm not sure I would be in marriage up till today. And I want to encourage you to make the Holy Spirit your best friend. No matter how madly in love you are, no matter the butterflies that are in your tummy, that are jiggling, that are flying everywhere, make the Holy Spirit your best friend, because He's the one that is stable. We human beings, we are unstable most times. If you notice, most times you have mood swing. Even if when you don't want to have mood swing, things, situation, condition, environment can change your mood. But the Holy Spirit is just permanently constant. So He's the one that is stable, that can guide you. So you need to have the Holy Spirit for you to enjoy your marriage. I rest my case. I hope this ministers to someone. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.